The final six are here. We start off with Monster Hunter Rise, the mega franchise from Capcom that saved them. And I enjoyed the game for the most part. It is a little bit of a game that doesn't really fit my playstyle. I like to hunt and slay monsters every now and again, but I would much rather do them in an RPG setting with some type of story or any other type of development. But just going there, hunting monsters, collecting pieces, tons of loot, and coming back and repeating the cycle again and again gets a little too boring for me. Plus, when you add the fact that you gotta feed your person and this and that, I don't want to do that in a game ever. Just not my thing, but I'm definitely going to go back and revisit Monster Hunter Rise sometime down the road. After that was For the King, a game that I never really expected much from, but when I played it, I really enjoyed it. It is a quote-unquote tabletop game basically made into a video game, from what I've heard. It plays a little bit like a strategy/RPG style of game, roguelike, where you create your characters, send them off to do various things, save the world, whatever you may have. For the king, of course, for the king. And then basically take part in various actions across the board. And it was actually a pretty decent game. I wasn't expecting it. A pleasant surprise for sure, and something I'm definitely going to be playing sometime in the future. If there was ever you wanted to do anything for the king, play this game. Your king will be very, very happy. Oh, looky cookie here. Trailblazers, a futuristic racer that wants to be Splatoon. To be honest, the game is not bad at all. I actually had a pretty decent time with it. Now, it's not going to blow your socks off or anything, nor is it going to set the world on fire. But if you want to play something, then you can give Trailblazers a shot. Maybe not the best in the world, but certainly far from the worst. Unlike the Portland Trailblazers, this game is fairly decent. So if you were going to follow or get enthusiastic about any Trailblazer, make sure it's this one. Next up, it was time to look at Salt and Sanctuary. I really hate Salt and Sanctuary, not because the game is bad, but because I came back to it way too late, and as a result, I gotta do everything all over again, because I couldn't even get past some of the basic monsters. And no, I'm not far into the game, so it's not that one of those difficulty things or areas that sucks, which, is a Dark Souls bread and butter type of thing. It's just that the game, I just couldn't get used to the controls with the limited time amount that I had. So, I'm going to restart it sometime, but I have to be in the right mood set. The Coma Recut, a 2D horror game. These were a lot more popular, I'd say 5 to 6 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, but now the craze has sort of kind of died off, but the Coma still remains. It is a fairly enjoyable 2D survival horror game that features a lot of hide-and-seek mechanics, visiting rooms, with the ultimate goal, of course, of trying to get the hell out of your high school. It is an Asian game, come on. You know there's going to be some high schools in there. But anyways, enjoyed it. Really looking forward to playing it. I don't know when. I'm sure sometime in 2026, or perhaps not. JoJo Siwa Worldwide Party. This is a interesting title, to say the least. Not a good one, though, because it is an endless runner/rhythm game. But what are two of the most crucial things that you need for those two types of games? I'll tell you. One, it needs to have good frame rate, because if it doesn't, and the controls are laggy, then your time is going to suck. Second, the music itself needs to be decent, right? Otherwise, what's the point? And unfortunately, this game went 0 for 2 in that department. I can easily say that while I do hope that this game becomes the most rarest and valuable and collectible item out there, I hope that people don't seek out that copy expecting to play a great title. Because, yeah, that's not happening. Saving the best for last indeed. Hey, this was meant to be played by someone, but when you go on How Long to Beat and you realize that there are no beaten scores and you play the game, you quickly realize why. So this was a very enlightening experience. Wonderful selection of games I played across all throughout December. It was a fantastic experience. And really the only thing I have to say about this now that after it's done, dusted, complete is never again.